On this episode of System Integrators Weekly, iBUYPOWER has a huge number of same-day ready systems. CyberPowerPC has these. Digital Storm charges normal prices for parts, totally. Pay no attention to these numbers. And Newegg's ABS systems are All that and more on this episode of System Integrators Weekly. Let's go, nerds! Hello everyone, I am Braethorn. Welcome to System Integrators Weekly, where we listen to our audience. I hear you guys loud and clear. There's been a lot of requests to cover a specific website that has certain pre-built computers. It is a retailer, and we don't necessarily recommend buying computers from retailers. I typically say, go directly to the system integrator, but you've spoken. And I have listened. So we are going to be looking at one today, looking at their pre-built systems that are generally a very good price, but is that the whole story? I'm going to answer that question later on in the video, so stay tuned. One thing I want to mention real quick is that we have partnered up with Green Man Gaming. Now, if you're familiar with them, awesome. You don't need to listen to the next probably 10 seconds or so, but Green Man Gaming is an online retailer of video games, and they're legitimate. They actually work directly with video game publishers, just like Steam does. And they are having a sale right now, a summer sale. There's not much time left. It's up until August 5th. So there's going to be a link in the description below. Click that link. Go check out their summer sale because Steam needs competition. They cannot be the only video game retailer, and also Epic is coming up and all that, but still, competition is good for consumers. So, now on to the all-important and very popular disclaimers. One of those things is true. Guess which one? Anyway, this video was recorded on August 1st, 2021. That means that anything I show you here may change, if not in the same day, then probably shortly thereafter. That means availability and pricing. So, the information may still be helpful, so hopefully you learn something here that might help you find the right system for you. In addition to that, the information that you're going to hear in this video is largely based on what I see here, but also it's based on my opinion. Now, my opinions are formed after many, many years in the IT industry and many more years as a custom PC builder and enthusiast. So take that as you will, and you are free to disagree. I encourage you to do so politely in the comments below or in the Discord, or hop onto the stream. Tell me what you think. I stream every Sunday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Central on Thursdays and 8:30 p.m. Central on Sundays. Now, 8 p.m. Central Thursday is when I have the PC streams. That's when I help you guys, the viewers, one-on-one, building your own pre-built computers for your budget and needs. And it's been really fun, and I highly encourage you to go check that out. If you are about to hop in the comments and say, I've got this much money, what should I get? Well, the stream is where you get the one-on-one live help building your system, and I gotta tell you, it's been a blast every single time, so please go check that out. Every Thursday at 8 p.m. Central, twitch.tv/Braethorn is the URL. Now, let's get this started in the traditional way, and tradition tells us that iBUYPOWER is where we get started. So, going to iBUYPOWER and clicking on Same Day Ready Systems is the thing to do. Click on that Same Day Ready Systems link, and you're going to see quite a lot of stuff available. Oh my goodness, it's not even, you can't, one page isn't even enough to cover how many Same Day Ready Systems iBUYPOWER has right now. So let's show 32 systems at once. Is that enough? Oh my goodness, it almost isn't. All right, so we're going to price this from low to high. And we're going to see a system that is $699. Don't get all excited because you need to not buy this because it comes with a GT 1030, an NVIDIA GeForce GT 1030, which is a not good video card by today's standards. Actually, it wasn't even that good when it first came out. However, if you're on a budget, there's a really good system here for you for a starter system, okay? It's this one right here, the Gaming Ready Emergbg 212. $900. Gets you an Intel Core i3 10105F and a B560M AC motherboard, so it comes with AC Wi-Fi built in, and a GeForce GTX 1650 4GB GPU, and one stick, 8 gigs of RAM. It's obviously not a screamer of a gaming PC. It's a great starter right there. Adding in one more stick of 8 gigs of RAM, no big deal, very easy to do and very cheap to do. and that would give you that dual channel RAM. The GeForce GTX 1650 will do the job if you're playing at 1080p. I'm telling you, this right here is a very good starter PC. However, jumping up to right around $1,100-$1,200 will get you a lot more performance. This is the price range, and as you can see, there are several systems here with that price range, where you get to the 1660 Super. The GeForce GTX 1660 Super is a banger of a budget GPU, and it really, really does a great job. And you get the 11400F CPU, so it's 11th gen processor. That's for both of these. I would actually go for this one that's 1149 because for that $30 you get dual channel RAM, and that's mostly the difference. If you can get that extra $50 together, I would say to go with this, because you're gonna get, now, although this is last gen compared to the 11th gen Intel processor, the Ryzen 5 3600 is fantastic, and it leaves you open to getting the Ryzen 5 5600 at some point or higher. And the B550 motherboard is great. I mean, you don't need to go X570 really. B550 for gaming is excellent. So of course, dual channel RAM and 500 gig M.2 drive for your main drive. Now adding to that, you're not going with an air cooler as well. You're actually going with a 120 millimeter all-in-one liquid cooler. So that's actually a hefty upgrade, going from this $1,149 system to this $1,200 system. Going up about $100 from there will get you a 2060. Otherwise, the system is pretty much the same. My favorite one is the same one from last week, and this one was really popular during the last Thursday's stream as well. This is a $1,699 system with a Ryzen 5 5600X and a GeForce RTX 3060 Ti. The 5600X and the 3060 Ti are a potent combo. They're very, very good. Now, if you're gonna be doing more content creation, video editing, things like that, this system right here for $2,000, $1,999, nets you a Ryzen 7 5800X and an RTX 3070. That's the combo that I have. CPU, GPU combo, 5800X and 3070. That's what I do, all the content creation that I do on there. Video editing, Photoshop, and After Effects, Illustrator, and of course gaming and streaming. This one has airflow. How novel. Because it comes in the Lian Li LanCool 2 mesh. So Ryzen 7 5800X, an actual name, it's an Asus ROG Strix B550 with Wi-Fi, an RTX 3080, 16 gigs of DDR4 3200, which I've mentioned a million times. 3200 megahertz RAM is not the sweet spot for Ryzen 5000 series. That's going to be 3600 megahertz. Mega transfers, I know. And you're going to get the 240 millimeter all-in-one liquid cooling. This system really doesn't need much in the way of upgrades to get it to its peak performance. I did a little homework for you guys because I will still sometimes get comments, people saying, oh, you should just build your own system. It's cheaper. Prices are going down on GPUs. Their prices are dropping because of the China and the crackdown on cryptocurrency mining. No, we're not there yet. It's not cheaper. And I'm going to show you. This is our system here. Windows 10 Home, AMD Ryzen 5 5600X. They list all the parts here. 120 millimeter all-in-one liquid cooler, 1 terabyte M.2, and of course the 3060 Ti and the RAM. So I went over here to PCPartPicker.com and I put that all together. There's our Ryzen 5 5600, 289. Cooler Master Master Liquid ML120L. That's a pretty good match for the one that they put in there, although theirs is probably, a little bit cheaper, but still we're around the same price. ASRock B550M AC, that's the same exact one that is right here. There you go. And Western Digital Blue SN550, 1 terabyte M.2 drive. That is pretty much one of the cheapest ones you can get. I was not trying to pack the price on this, okay? Thermaltake Tough Power Grand, it's one of the cheaper 650 watt 80 plus gold certified power supplies, because you look here and it's an 80 plus gold 650 watt power supply. There you go. Okay, and of course, if you're building a system, you need to buy an operating system. Now, what's missing here? That's our GPU. This is to ignore all those times where you're like, I got it in my cart and then it disappeared, and oh man, I just so happened to get it just in time, or that's pure luck. If you want to reliably get a GPU, you got to go to eBay. Hate to say it, but that's where they all are. On eBay, I found cards that were cheaper than this, a little bit cheaper. But those were auctions. This is a buy it now price. We cannot accurately predict how much an auctioned card is going to cost. Now, I did find cards that were more expensive than this, and I didn't cheat by using that price to make my point even more strongly. However, you see right here, it is $940. The 3060 Ti Founders Edition, because guess what? That's what this is, Founders Edition. All right? Now, it doesn't have a price on it. So we go here to Settings, manually enter price, and it is $940. So, what does this all come out to? $1,904.30, not including shipping and taxes. $1,699 with the GPU already built in a case that's pretty much a throwaway case because it doesn't have very good airflow. So you can migrate to a case with good airflow, or you can just pull the front panel off and do some DIY mesh on the front just to keep dust out of there, and you're good to go. So you guys have seen me build on iBUYPOWER about 1 million times now. Well, actually 16 times, plus one. If you watch my iBUYPOWER buyer's guide video, which I will link right here, it actually is a very exhaustive coverage kind of video where I go in depth on how to order from them and what to avoid. Of course, the parts may change. The availability was terrible when I recorded it, but still, it's there. So let's just look at what they have in stock for GPUs. Looks like currently available, they have all manner of AMD Radeon GPUs from all the way from the RX 6700 XT up to the 6900 XT, all ready to go for those four. For NVIDIA, it's looking a little bit more lean than that. They have this card that shall not be named. They have the 1650 and the 1660 Super. They also have the 2060 and the 3080 Ti and the 3090, all in stock right now. The only one with a 2-week lead time is the 3060 Ti, which is unfortunate. Fantastic card. But other than that, it's a 1-week lead time on the 3060, 3070, 3070 Ti, and 3080. Let's move on to CyberPowerPC. You've got two systems. One is $3,400 with an i9 10900K and a 3080 Ti. Oof, that's a beast right there. And they have a system that is $2,249 with an 11700K and an RTX 3070 Ti. These Ti cards, man. A 3080 Ti is good if it's basically a cheaper 3090. If that's what you were looking for, a 3090, go for 3080 Ti. You'll save some money, but don't think of it as a small upgrade from a 3080. It's way more expensive than a small jump. Should be. These cases though that they're using, this one has decent airflow. You can see it does have a mesh front panel, though a lot of it is kind of blocked off. This right here, just price to performance, is probably a better system than this one over here. So it looks like it's pretty similar actually. They're not doing that well on Radeon cards. Except for the RTX 6700 XT, every one of their Radeon cards has a 2-week lead time. Lead times, keep in mind, lead times are pretty much an estimate. You can get it a week sooner than that or a week later than that 2-week lead time estimates. That's just, they're giving you an estimate there. That's how that works. Okay, awesome. They have GT 1030s in stock. I wonder why, because they suck and no one wants them. Okay, so they don't have a 1660 Super. To me, that's kind of sad. I love that card. But they do have the GTX 1650 in stock and the 2060 in stock for $50 off right now. Plus, it seems they have the RTX 3060 in stock with no lead time. Same for the 3060 Ti. And the 3080 Ti and the 3090. Oh, and the 3070 Ti is available as well with the $100 instant off. The only NVIDIA cards that have any lead times, honestly, are the RTX 3070 and the RTX 3080. So back to school sale gives you a free upgrade from a standard 600-watt gold power supply to an EVGA one. But honestly, $18 more to get a 750-watt Thermaltake Tough Power. This is a back to school sale item as well, $50 instant off. And you're getting a pretty great price on the 1TB Western Digital Blue SN550 because they put you on the price of the 250 gig and they give you 1 terabyte. And a lot of these things though are the same sales on parts that you see before. It's just they labeled it back to school. Cool, I guess. So that it looks like that's most of what they've labeled as a back to school special thing. We're gonna do more back to school coverage with next week's episode. So stay tuned for that. Get subscribed and you can catch some of that. There's just not enough right now for that. There was a comment before that led me to say in the last video that we would cover Digital Storm in this video. I've already covered Digital Storm. Not much has changed over there. It's not too obvious, what GPUs they have in stock unless you dig for it, which I'm willing to do. And Digital Storm, of course, is a boutique builder. You're going to spend a little bit more to get similar performance than you would elsewhere. Now, these are all customizable, though there are ready-to-ship systems available with the links. Okay, so let's take a good look at these. This system is only $1150, right? And what do you get with that? You get bottlenecks. That's what you get. You get a Core i7-10700F. It's a good processor. NVIDIA GTX 1650. Okay, that's good. That's what you would get with the $900 system on iBUYPOWER, but okay. 8 gigs of DDR4 memory. I guarantee you that is one stick, so it's single channel, bottleneck city. 240 gig solid state drive, a 2 terabyte hard drive, mechanical hard drive. Okay, that's a little small for your. Wait, is that an M.2 drive? It doesn't say. Is that a SATA 3 SSD and premium air cooler? Literally doubling the price. What do you get for that? The same processor, but you jump up to a 3080. And wow, you get dual channel RAM, 16 gigs, a 1 terabyte solid state drive. Can we get more detail on that? I'd like to see that. And a 2 terabyte, same 2 terabyte drive, and a liquid CPU cooler. Oh, it is M.2. Well, hey, there you go. It's a $2,300 system with a 3080 in it and airflow. I can't fault them for that. That's awesome. That's pretty good. And Digital Storm has excellent customer service, great build quality, and they're well known. So if you're thinking you want a Digital Storm system, either of these is a fine choice, even though I was giving it, some flack. I want to see if we can see which GPUs they have in stock. Okay, let's just customize this one. Let's go to where the GPUs are. Okay, so they'll tell you right here that something is a back-ordered item and it has extended ship times. So it looks like everything else is readily available. Wow, good for you guys. Upgrading from a 1650, a GeForce GTX 1650, to an RTX 3060 on iBUYPOWER is a $239 upgrade. Doing the same thing on Digital Storm is a $434 upgrade. Why? Why is it that much? Why are you like this? What is the purpose of this? I don't understand. Where did you go wrong? What did you cut off your supplier in traffic or something? How did you do that? How did you manage to make your pricing so bad? So I understand they're a boutique builder. Why would that affect the price of their components though? If your whole thing is like, oh, well, we use better components. No, you don't. They're all just the same CPUs and GPUs, okay? Maybe the power supply is fancier because you put your own sticker on it. That doesn't matter. That doesn't help anyone. It's still a computer. The extra money should go into the labor and the proprietary things like your case. Why is the extra money going to this? Well, I looked at Digital Storm, guys. I mean, those ready-to-ship systems aren't bad, but boy, it can be scary to customize a system here. Now, speaking of taking advantage of the shortage and taking advantage of consumers, this is nothing here compared to what Newegg has been doing. And this is not a new story. If you've been following along with this at all, you know about the Newegg Shuffle if you've been trying to buy a GPU. The Newegg Shuffle initially was okay. It was all based on chance, and you basically put your name in a hat, they'd pick out your name and say, hey, you are allowed to give us your money and get the part you want. It was one way of trying to deal with it. There is no real best way to do it, but the Newegg Shuffle was okay. And then they started messing around. But where they went wrong was when they started requiring buyers to get bundles rather than just getting the GPU that they want, and at a raised price, of course. And those GPUs were bundled with components that they could barely sell because they had 2 or 3 egg reviews, and they would be power supplies that would blow up at some point or something like that. And it's deplorable. It was a horrible practice. It was hugely in Newegg's favor. And even people who are fans of Newegg have been like, and that's myself included. I don't, this is why I have trust issues. I don't trust them anymore. And I don't want you to give them your money. But there have been so many of you guys that have been like, check out this ABS system. Look at this ABS system. Look at SkyTech. Look at Newegg. Look at Newegg. Look at Newegg, Braethorn. Well, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to tell you why I don't really recommend these, besides the fact that Newegg does not deserve your money or support. So ABS is Newegg's in-house brand. What we're going to do is we're going to compare one of these systems to an iBUYPOWER Same Day Ready system. It gives you a Ryzen 7 3rd Gen 3700X. Now that's more cores, but it is slower than the 5600X. And it gets you 3060 Ti. Okay? It also gets you way slower RAM. 3000 megahertz, 16 gigs. And it gets you a last gen motherboard. B450M. With Wi-Fi. Great, cool. It also comes with a Rosewill case. Rosewill is not well known for their build quality, but the case also sucks on the iBUYPOWER system, right here. This one. This case also sucks. It's terrible. But that's why we talk about just migrating to new case if that's something you want to do. It's not that hard to do, and you guys will have a step-by-step instructional video on how to do that soon enough. At least this one does have bottom intake right there. So it appears that there is some kind of ventilation here on the right side of the case. But do they put fans there? It's conspicuously not shown. Oh, there we go. No, they don't. And as a matter of fact, it looks like it's covered with a panel there. But yeah, I mean, you look at how bare this is. They put a tiny motherboard in here. They don't put enough fans in here. Like they don't, if this is a removable panel right there that's just for SSDs, they should have removed that and put fans there. That's just my opinion. But getting positive air pressure in there is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just not optimized at all. You get last gen hardware. And to be clear, I don't dislike the Ryzen 7 3700X. In fact, if you're going to be doing anything like content creation or anything like that that requires more cores, more threads, it's going to be a little bit better than the 5600X. However, for gaming, the 5600X is better. There's an appreciable difference in gaming between the two processors. I would say that the other one is a better gaming PC. It's got faster RAM, also has a 1 terabyte M.2 drive. It has a way better cooler because it comes with a 120 millimeter all-in-one liquid cooler. Now, for either of those, I would pretty much recommend either modifying the case or putting a new case on there. Let's hit them. Let's hit them hard here. We're going to go with this Ryzen 9 5900X system with the 3080. I want to see if there's even one available. Let's take a look. So with this, we have a Ryzen 7 5800X and an RTX 3080 with 32 gigs of DDR4 3200. Okay, that's an upgrade on the RAM. But there is one thing here that they do win on, and that is the M.2 SSD. They're using a PCIe Gen 4 M.2 drive, and that is significantly faster than a PCIe Gen 3 one. However, in day-to-day usage, you won't notice it unless you're copying big files from one drive to another or something like that. So the one downside here, this is great RAM. I use G.Skill Trident Z RGB RAM in my system. However, they went with DDR4 3200, and it's 32 gigs of that. You would be less inclined to upgrade your RAM to the proper frequency for 5000 series Ryzen of 3600 megahertz. And at least this case has mesh on the front. The Lian Li case is going to beat the Rosewill case into the ground. 750 watt 80 plus gold power supply, and this one has a 800 watt high power 80 plus gold. Okay, so this one's 2649. Here's a major difference. Ryzen 7 5800X, Ryzen 9 5900X. So guys, whenever you're like, oh no, forget that stuff, you got to go to Newegg, you got to look at the systems there. It's not that I don't. I just don't recommend them. They're not magically better. The problem right now is that as much as I love Gamers Nexus and idolize Steve Burke, there are some issues with their pre-built coverage right now. The main thing is this system right here, this iBUYPOWER Same Day Ready system, gaming ready, Licmerga 206. It's not an O. This is not being purchased from a third-party retailer. You're getting it directly from the system integrator, like I did with mine when I just wanted to get a 3070 and I got a Prebuilt to do that. It came packaged with the expanding foam on the inside just to keep the GPU in place, and the GPU was in perfect condition. It came with instructions. The system that they got from iBUYPOWER in that video where they said we bought this from a third-party retailer and didn't say who, but probably Best Buy or someone, that it did not come with the packaging on the inside. It did not come with instructions. It was broken. It was damaged. Mine was not. And most people who I've spoken with, who've gotten iBUYPOWER systems, they came in perfectly because they were bought directly from the system integrator, shipped and packed and shipped for individual shipping, rather than the ones that you get like these, where iBUYPOWER ships them to Amazon or Best Buy on pallets. Those don't need to be packed the same way. And then if you order that from Best Buy, they're not going to open it and put expanding foam in there themselves. They just ship it off. And in shipping, it can get damaged. So you have to take that coverage with a grain of salt and just take that as, I will not buy these kinds of systems from third-party retailers. I actually had someone tell me in a comment that I got good service from iBUYPOWER because I am who I am. That was when I had that coverage that I did of my customer service experience with iBUYPOWER. I had maybe 60 to 75 subscribers at the time, so no, that's probably not the case. And even now, with 3,700 subscribers, I'm still small fry. I'm still a small-time YouTuber, okay? No system integrators have even noticed me, except for, you know, a very special one. I hope I've covered that to your satisfaction. And if you have any questions, please hop into the Discord, ask in the Tech Questions channel. And I do want to announce something now. We're trying something different. So when you get into the Discord, and of course, after you definitely agree to the rules and read the pinned comments so you know exactly what to post when you're asking for help, I'd like you to try going in there and adding to your message @Techie, TECHIE. We're trying to add more people who are vetted by us to give advice, okay? I honestly have had a lot of trouble being in the Discord constantly to answer questions, and lots been going on at work and all that kind of stuff. So we are looking for more people to sort of apply for that and interview for that and step up, because we want to make sure that good advice is being given out. Hop into the Discord, link is in the description below if you have questions or concerns about the coverage in any of these videos. And of course, you can always ask me on stream. Again, I stream twice a week. Game streams are on Sundays at 8:30 p.m. Central, and the PC streams that everyone loves so much has been on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Central. You get in the queue in there, and you have all your info ready to go, and we build a system for you based on your budget and your needs. And all of that is at twitch.tv/Braethorn. I will remind you guys, there is no charge for this service, okay? It is absolutely free of charge. And if you do want to show your support, I do like it when people will use a Prime subscription, a Twitch Prime subscription, because if you have Amazon Prime, you can link it to your Twitch account and you can give a free subscription to any streamer of your choice, and then I don't feel guilty about you actually spending money on me just saying a bunch of stuff about computers. But for those of you guys who've been supportive and have subbed or donated, thank you so much. It's even though I tell you, no, don't do that, I do appreciate it. And you've made me feel a lot more valid in what I'm doing here. So thank you very much, guys. I do appreciate that. So now we get to the comment of the week. Now the comment of the week is going to be from Yves. I can only imagine that is pronounced Mysock, right? That's how it is, right? That's how it is, right? Okay, anyway. So again, the intro is always dope to watch. Well, thank you. That's actually one of my favorite parts of each video because I get to have a little fun with it. And you know what? If you like it that much, let's roll it again. On this episode of System Integrators Weekly, iBUYPOWER has a huge number of same-day ready systems. CyberPowerPC has these. Digital Storm charges normal prices for parts, totally. Pay no attention to these numbers. And Newegg's ABS systems are all that and more on this episode of System Integrators Weekly. Let's go, nerds! Did it hype you up again? I hope it did. Yves, thank you for your comment, and thank you all for your comments. I know I've been behind on replying to everyone like I've always wanted to, but there are so many, and summertime in the job that I do is just absolutely draining. But I'm gonna try to do better. I'm gonna catch up with that. So that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're gonna be back next Sunday with more coverage. Plus, we have some actual extra videos that are gonna be coming out soon. And please get subscribed so you don't miss those. I'll see you guys on the stream. If you're watching this on the Sunday that it's released, I'm going to be streaming tonight. Let's play some Terraria and hang out. But other than that, I hope you have a wonderful week. And until next time, take care.